Hello, I'm Michelle Clark, your host for Resilient Living, a news magazine devoted to overall well-being for the mind, body, soul, and spirit. And today we're talking about tapping into your creative energy and how that's good for the soul. There was no more creative era than the Harlem Renaissance, a dynamic period during the 1920s and 30s in New York where African Americans flourished in the arts. Music, poetry, literature, drama, and dance were among the art forms that thrived during the era. And decades later, you can surprisingly find that same type of artistic movement taking place in, of all cities, Columbus, Georgia. Built in the 1920s, the historic Liberty Theater was the first black theater of its kind in the city, and it served as a launching pad for the careers of Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway, Ella Fitzgerald, and Columbus's own Ma Rainey. During this series, I've had the opportunity to talk to several young local artists who are making their own mark in the creative arts. They've overcome challenges and are now living resiliently. Jonathan Perkins. Once stuck in the world of corporate cubicle hell, he now enjoys the freedom of pursuing his longtime passion of writing and directing plays. A native of Columbus, Jonathan has directed well-known productions such as The Vagina Monologues, For Colored Girls, and Neat. Inspired by the greats of the Harlem Renaissance and playwrights like Pearl Cleage, he recently founded his own production company called Yellow Mojo Productions and written his own stage material performed at the Liberty, including 2 plays, Stimulus and Words. He also dabbles in spoken word, having performed his poems throughout the city and organizing The Lab, a spoken word event held at the Liberty Theater in honor of National Poetry Month. Not only is Jonathan fulfilling his dreams, but he's helping to launch the careers of several other performing artists. So, this whole series is about tapping into your creative energy and what that does for the soul and your spirit. So what does it do for your inner man to know that something that once lived in your head has come to life and is well received by other people?
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Period. It's the best feeling in the world.
No other way to describe it.
No other way to describe it. When you're doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, you know it.
Right.
You know it. There's no doubt about it. There's no questions, comments, complaints, nothing.
Right.
It feels good.
So what would you say to folks who are struggling, who have the skill, but they are just afraid to pursue?
I would say, in my case, a lot of times, a lot of the pieces, and when I was having a writer's block, I didn't know where it was or where it was coming from or how to get over it. Whenever I'm going through it, I review it. I look over it and I'm saying, am I being all that I can be in this piece, or am I being me? And being all that you can be, am I trying to be a Tyler Perry? Am I trying to be a Gary Marshall or anything? Or am I being Jonathan Perkins? Am I being Jonathan Perkins? That's great. That's wonderful. But when you're trying to be everything to everybody, it just doesn't work. So be yourself. Be yourself, period.
So back to your whole point of divorce, doubt, and marry faith.
Divorce, doubt, marry faith.
Words to live by, right?
Words to live by.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. I'm glad you joined us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, despite life's challenges or obstacles, you have the power within you to live resiliently. Join us next time.